Let's start fresh with a new bomb here. I'm going to click on the bomb and place it in the scene. So this will have just our default settings on it here. So if we go to the bomb, we've been taking a look at several of these right here. The next one we're going to look at is going to be the effects settings. So for the effects, the idea behind this is going to be any additional image animation that gets drawn on top or behind it. Currently you can either do a loop count, so if you wanted you could have the effect blow, maybe it wasn't just blowing but it's a glowing ring that goes around it a few times and then stops. You could also do it where it always shows that once it actually explodes, then you're just having a cool object. Maybe it's a melted, when it blows it leaves kind of a melted thing on the ground, and you could just keep it animating for it. And then parenting to self, or whether it's separate. The other ones are just going to be your time, in terms of, do you want to show it based on a time value or do you want to show it based on the animation value? Alright, we'll go ahead and leave the animation on for this part. Next thing is going to be the scale for it and the position of it. So for instance, the from to, we could have it where it starts there and it starts to go out. We can make it a little bit larger just so you could see, you can kind of tell what happens with it. So it's just going to animate out. Remember the animation frame rate. For this one I think it's set for about 8, so it's 8 frames a second. That's why there's the kind of a dun 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 going with it. Position, you can position it if you want to move it over to the side, if you want to move it somewhere where it's more specific to where it needs to be. The other thing is to say that maybe we want it to be completely in front of everything, so we offset it on the to the very foreground of the explosion. Alright, so if we set it like that way, and then go ahead and close this part and hit play. So if I move it over to it and it blows up, you see the full blow up, but it also goes in front of it like that. So it's going to be the effects side. And just one thing to note on the effects side, at least at this stage, the effects on the physics side, this isn't going to be something that's actually being used. You can enable it, but nothing's actually going to happen on it. The color for it, though, will actually take effect. So you can change, if you want to change the color from what was originally there to a different color. Alright. And then the last part here, actually let's go ahead and do that one. We'll just put them all into this one video here. The last part is going to be the camera shake. So when it comes to the bomb blowing up, if you want to actually, if you don't want anything at all, you can have it where it just stays still. If you're wanting to affect the whole scene, you can do it that way. Camera shaking, if you want number of times, it's going to be how much is it going to shake when it blows. Start distance is how far out does it start to shake and then pulls back in until it stops. Shake distance is how much is shaking around the whole thing. So this one you might want something like a little bit more extreme like that. Alright, so if we did that, and we hit play. So this time you get hit by the bomb and the whole thing blows up real big. Alright. So that's going to cover our basics on the effects pieces and the camera shaking for it.